Welcome to the first episode. What was that sound? What was that sound? Why did you make that sound? We're trying to do an intro. Hello. My name is Macen.
And my name is also Macen, but it's not spelled the same way his name is spelled. It's actually spelled with a lowercase m and a capital N.
Macen.
Otherwise known as Dustin.
His name is Dustin. Yeah, his name is Dustin. So what is the channel about, you ask? Well, we'll tell you if you didn't ask or ask.
Or if you even care.
Or if you care. Or if you don't care, we're going to tell you. What is the mission statement?
Letting go to live for God.
That's right.
Let's take a moment to unpack that.
We have an overabundance of things in our lives. A lot of things. And
Yes.
at least in Western society. At least in a well-off or decently
We
well-off
have
Western
15
society.
different streaming services to pick from on a daily basis.
It's a lot of stuff, and it's all in the palm of your hand. So this channel is dedicated to letting some of those things go so you can grow in your relationship with God. And we're doing that through challenges that are going to be on a weekly basis.
That sounds really cool, but how the heck are we going to go about doing that?
I'll tell you.
I'm so confused. What's going on?
So these challenges are going to be done through these capsule machines
Ah!
right here. These capsule machines right here. We have the challenge capsule machine right here. All the challenges are in this guy right here. They all look empty right now, by the way. We'll get to that later. And
But
all of
what's
these-
this machine for, Macen?
I'll tell you, Dustin. Those are all of the time capsules.
Time capsules?
Yes.
Like going back in time?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've always wanted to time travel. Here, give me one of those coin mo jiggers.
No, there's a random amount of time in each of those capsules. So whatever comes from here, it could be a random thing. We have a bunch of things. From fast food to like
Not fast food.
not fast food. That's it. It's all fast food or not fast food. There's a bunch of things in here. And then we have the time, either 3 days, 5 days, 7 days. There might be some fun ones in there as well that are sprinkled throughout.
Guess you'll
But-
just have to keep watching to find out what those are going to be.
Yeah, those are going to be the things that you give up for God within that week. And so the point is, whatever it is that you do give up, whatever that's in this machine, whether it is the fast food, I hope it's not anytime soon because I live off of Taco Bell. Whether it's the fast food or it's your smartphone or it's the internet or it's a streaming service like YouTube or anything else, you're going to use that time or at least recognize why you're doing it, which is for God.
Absolutely. So we're depriving ourselves of things that we generally hold on to or pass time with or just numb ourselves with, right? So ironically enough, YouTube, right? I've watched an endless amount of YouTube videos.
YouTube.
I've currently been addicted to StarCraft 2 championships. I just got finished going through the 2018 championship and dropped my phone in the toilet.
That happened today, didn't it?
Yes,
Oh,
my
man.
phone was covered in things I don't want to talk about. I'm not dead yet, folks.
And we want to make sure that you understand too, there is a difference between with what we're doing and what fasting, biblical fasting is. Because we know that fasting isn't strictly biblical, but a biblical, I cannot say that word multiple times, biblical.
Biblical. Hold
Biblical.
on. Say it together. 1, 2, 3.
Bible.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't.
A biblical fast is different. It is food. And that's, and there's various reasons why people fast in the Bible as well. And there's a lot of really good scripture to back that up. And while fasting is something that I'm always going to advocate for, and actually some of these are fast capsules.
Ooh. And what are we going to do every time that we draw an alleged fast capsule?
I have no idea. We'll celebrate.
We're going to go like this. And then we'll jump and run.
But only at that level of enthusiasm. We're just
Yeah.
going to go, no, we're not. I don't know. He's probably going to do something weird. Let's just get that out of the way. There is a difference. There's a difference between fasting. What we're doing is a little bit different for most of these. And so there's actually a good scripture that we're going off of for that I don't have memorized in my brain, but I do have on my phone, which is from Galatians. And it says, "But I say, walk by the Spirit, and you will not gratify the desires of the flesh. For the desires of the flesh are against the Spirit, and the desires of the Spirit are against the flesh. For these are opposed to each other to keep you from doing these things you want to do." And so it's not saying all these things are evil, but putting them above God is. You've got the order wrong.
Right. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. Those are the two greatest commandments. So if we spend more time on our phones than we do investing in our relationship with God? Are we truly fulfilling that? Some would argue yes, some would argue no. We want to make sure that we never end up on the other side of that paradigm, and we're hoping that you'll join us in that as well. We want this to be like a community type thing. We want to encourage you. We want you to encourage us. Let's walk this out together. Let's grow in our relationship with God together.
And doing this intentionally is a big thing as well. That's something you've said a lot, which I really like, which is, even if you're resting. So some of these may not even apply to you. Maybe you don't eat fast food. I have problems, and I do. There's a box of Little Caesars hiding behind the camera right now.
We eat it every single time we film. It's a ritual.
It is.
So on fast food deprivation week, we're going to have to eat
grass.
Literally like cows.
And dirt.
Oh, and drywall.
And drywall. But no, not until then. We're going to stick with Little Caesars. But either way, it's going to be intentional. So if it doesn't apply to you, you still want the rest to be intentional too. So, or maybe you could pick something similar to it. Maybe you don't eat fast food, but maybe you eat slightly slower food. Some of the things on here are habits too, like nail biting or some other things. And if it's a habit, that's not something you really have to supplement the time for. But it could be a thing where like, okay, God, I'm not going to do this, and I give it to you. I glorify you for doing it.
Right. Every time you think about biting your nails, maybe stop and pray. Stop and say, hey, God, thanks for giving me fingernails to bite in the first place. I'm not going to bite them. I'm going to remember you instead.
They're really useful. And that's a habit that I've had historically.
I'm a bad face picker. Face things.
That's on there too. Face touching. That is on there. Yeah.
Be prepared.
Yeah. So with that said, I'm going to refer to my notes here to make sure that we've covered, I think, everything that we need to for this.
He needs notes and I don't because I'm better than him.
Oh, we didn't actually do the first capsule. So we actually do have a capsule.
Oh, yeah.
For the first one. So we'll go ahead and get this guy.
Listen to that crunch.
Look at that. It rolled right out.
Wow.
I don't know if I can get it.
Let's see what that bad boy says.
The first one is pray first.
Pray first? What the heck does that mean?
Pray about it. Pray about it first. So like we were talking about before with being intentional, you want to make sure that you're going into this with the right mindset, and you know why you're going into this. So pray first about it. This week, there isn't going to be a challenge, but we want you to think about if you want to participate in this, that, like, okay, maybe I do need to revisit some of the ways that I'm ordering these things.
Yeah, and maybe take the time to ask God, like, what the things are in your life that maybe are getting in the way of you having a more intentional relationship with Him. Just a thought. I can think of a couple off the top of my head, but I'm personally going to take some time to pray about it.
Yeah.
But we have a little extra layer to this, right? So if we fail, we're going to go through something interesting, and we're going to decide it on the spot. So say the fast is not eating fast food, and I say, okay, Macen, I'm not going to eat fast food for the whole time. And if I do, then I have to walk on my hands with my hands in my shoes for the rest of the week. And Macen will say something like,
that's stupid. I don't know. We have a couple of punishments, if you will, because Dustin and I are going to participate in these as well. We definitely want to be involved in this process too, because why wouldn't you want to grow in your relationship with God? So if we do happen to fail, or if we happen to challenge each other on it, then certainly we will have negative repercussions. I have quite a few in my head that I have for Dustin. I don't know what he's thought of, but the Lord only knows what goes on in his mind 24/7. So we'll just have to see what he comes up with. With that said,
let me tell you.
maybe not. We can wait till after we're done recording. So pray about it. Let us know what you think in the comments about this, if it's something you're interested in. There's 100 ideas in here of, well, actually like 72 or 73, but it's growing. There's a lot of ideas in here. So maybe if you have an idea of something that we should challenge ourselves on, if we hadn't thought about it, post it in the comments. Let us know your thoughts, or let us know if you hate us.
Yeah, because there's a great possibility. I know my family hasn't talked to me in years, except for my mom, who only sponsored this video out of spite.
Thank you, Dustin's mom, for sponsoring this video and for those sandwiches. Tune in next week for more.